What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 38 of the Get Game On podcast, bringing you the hottest takes, latest stories, and spicy picks on New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Nashville, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined this time around by Michael Cunningham, Alex Reach, and Chris Keenan. You can listen to this podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at GetYourGameOnP. And with all that said, it's time to get your game on.
It's cracking, Adam.
Let's go. It's gonna be a good
It's cracking, Michael. It's
I'm
cracking, Chris. It's cracking, Alex.
I'm maxing and relax.
Guys, it feels so good to be back from summer vacation.
show.
Oh man, yeah, I had a great time. I mean,
great
thanks
time.
to thanks to all three of my co-hosts here. They all checked up on me while I was on vacation because you guys know I drove down there when I had because funny story, I had to drive down there when Hurricane Henry, I believe that's how you pronounce it, right?
Henry, yeah, that's
Henry or Henry. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm horrible at pronouncing names, but
I
I had to drive down there. Thankfully, we were driving downward and the storm was going up, so we didn't get that much rain. I mean, it was a scare at times, but for the most part, it was good. But my vacation, I mean, I'm not gonna do an entire episode on talk about my vacation, but I had a great time. So, and we're Sonny's 2021 summer vacation in a nutshell. We went to Ocean City, Maryland, drive down there, took a ferry. Ferry ride was great. I mean, lot of beach, lot of swimming. Went to the boardwalk, went mini golfing. Went to a water park, went go-kart riding. Saw an ice dance show. I mean, Next Ice Age. I mean, they're great. I got another picture with them. I mean, they're a great ice dancing group. I mean, so shout out to them. But yeah, I just had a great time, really. And Michael, my friend, I believe you were also away on vacation too. So if you want to talk about that, feel free to do so.
Yeah, me and my family were in ATL for the weekend from Thursday to Monday. It was pretty great. That was my first time ever going to Atlanta. My dad's been there before. I flew in, but I never stayed in Atlanta. Buckhead, man. I saw where the Georgia Dome was. Saw where the Braves play, where the Hawks play. We had a good time out there. It was just like peace. I feel rejuvenated. Rejuvenate, relax, and peace. Because at the end of the day, there's a saying called "Welcome to Atlanta," where the players play. Riding on the things like every day. That's what I did out there. Shout out to ATL in the building. You know how we do it. Adam, all you.
Thank you there, Mike.
Oh yeah, by the way, you don't get sued. If I don't get, I got to shout out the artist that made that song, Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris, and Welcome to Atlanta, Coast to Coast. Jermaine Dupri, Ludacris, Murphy Lee, Snoop Dogg, and P. Diddy, so we don't get sued on the podcast.
All right, fair. Also, I almost forgot to mention this one very funny story about vacation that I'm sure you guys all know about. I texted to you on our group chat. Obviously, the day we were coming back was this past Saturday, and that was the day when the Yankees' 13-game winning streak unfortunately came to an end. So I'm on the ferry ride home. I'm on the ferry ride home, and my good friend Alex here decides to text a video to our group chat bragging about the Yankees losing because he is such a pathetic sports fan that he cares more about the Yankees losing than his team, the Phillies, potentially being getting back into this division race. That's how pathetic of a sports fan Alexander Reach is.
Alex
so
is funny.
I'm about to go outside of the ferry to make a video response to him to tell him that to his face. I was going to tell him that to his face. And right as I do it, I just bought a new hat out there. We stay at the Carousel Hotel, and I bought a hat there. I mean, the hotel's an amazing hotel. I could go on about it, but yes, I bought a new hat there. It was a really nice new hat, and I was wearing on the ferry. I go outside to make a video response to Alex. The wind blows my hat straight off and goes all the way. I had to run after it. Thank God that it landed like near the railing. Like if it had blown upward, it might have just flown straight into the water. And so thank you, Alex, for nearly costing me a new hat. Thank you, my friend.
Alex, you a jerk.
He's sitting there nodding. He's sitting there nodding. That's all he has to say for himself.
Alex is a jerk.
I'm feeling
Alex
like
is but that's an A move, an a-hole move. You know who taught him how? You know who taught Alex how to be an a-hole? Yours truly.
Not surprising.
Chris, go F yourself. Chris, you know I love you, brother.
All right.
Chris, I love you, baby.
Also, we got a lot of we're obviously gonna get to a lot of sports talk later, but we got a lot of programming, personal news. Chris, you said you got a new gig recently. If you want to talk about it, feel free to do so.
Yeah, so it's with some sports betting companies, just fan engagement and whatnot, and just day-to-day the play-by-play stuff. So I'll be working with a sports company. They have a lot of scouts at different college football games. So I'll be attending every KU football game, tracking plays, and just kind of keeping up with the stuff. Basically tracking the plays, updating your yard line and whatnot, and I'm really excited for it. It's a great opportunity, and I think it could be big for the sports betting world. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Awesome.
And I also get paid to go support my team and they suck, so it's a good incentive to go to games.
Chris, on behalf of that, man, you living your dream, baby. Get to watch college football and get paid for it, brother.
So
clap it up for Chris, everybody. Clap that shit up for Chris. Come on.
Thanks, brother.
He's doing his dream job. He is doing his dream.
Chris, that's awesome. So great. Glad to hear that.
Brother. Good shit.
All right, before we get to all the sports stuff, we do have one last story to talk about. Not that, Michael. We're gonna save that to the end of the show, I decided, but we just want to send our thoughts and prayers to everyone obviously this city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana, and our city, the tri-state area, after the aftermath of Hurricane Ida. I'm sure you got. I'm sure. I know you weren't in the path of it, but it just we just got the storms the other day, and man, was it nasty.
Yeah. Are you guys and your families all good?
We're good. We live on the top floor, or we live on a hill. Okay. We're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't say the same for our downstairs neighbors got flooded.
Oh, okay.
They had to open up the basement to allow all the water out. So yeah.
My house ain't get flooded. Black people did not get flooded.
All right, Alex, how did the storm hit you?
It hit Mike Howard's pretty hard. And we were in a tornado warning for at least 2 hours.
We got a tornado warning too, but thankfully it wasn't as long. I think I was just 30 minutes. Yeah. If I got started, a tornado actually touched down in New Jersey.
Okay.
I believe it was near the Trenton area.
I think so.
It was somewhere near Trenton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm used to those tornadoes in Kansas. Something I'm well accustomed to.
Oh man, Chris. Yeah, we usually don't get tornadoes here in New Jersey. I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, again, our thoughts and prayers to all those affected by the storms, and it's just a reminder that stay safe because Mother Nature is a very powerful force. All right, guys. You know what else is a very powerful force? The incompetence of the New York Mets organization. I wish we had Marcellus on this episode because there's so much stuff I want to talk about here, but I don't actually mean on the field. On the field, the Mets are actually playing pretty well. They just won 4 straight. I mean, they're playing well, and this is after they hit a really rough stretch. I mean, granted, they still have a long ways to go in terms of getting back into the division race, but still, they've been playing pretty good baseball. But I'm pretty sure, Michael, have you heard the story?
What's the word, brother?
Chris, I'm sure you've heard the story.
Oh man, I have a lot of good thoughts on.
Oh, okay. I
It's
can't wait to
funny
hear your thoughts.
situation.
Alex, I'm
What's the
sure
story,
you've
bro?
heard the story.
I heard of it. What's the story?
You can give a brief intro, and then we'll discuss.
All right. For those who don't know, the Mets, the Mets players, namely, the face of all this has been Javi Baez, and Chris is just laughing at a storm here. Give me a second, Chris. Let me explain all the details. Then I'll give you the floor, and you can go off. I mean, it was mostly. I mean, Francisco Lindor, I believe, was also in on this, but all the Mets play. I'm pretty sure at least it was like a clubhouse thing where but I believe Javi Baez was the one who started it, and that obviously since the Mets have been losing already and they're playing crappy baseball during that stretch, what do fans do? They boo. It's simple math. I mean, you play poorly, you get booed. It's simple as that, especially in New York. And Javi and the Mets players, they take kindly to being booed, to say the least. And I can understand players not liking being booed. I can completely understand that. But Javi Baez and the Francisco Lindor and the Mets here, they decided to take it to a new level. They start this thing where every single time they get a base hit or something, or they do something good, they start giving the thumbs down sign to the fans. And Javi Baez literally said that that's our way of booing the fans back. And Chris, I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts on this for a second up here, but I just want to say, hey, number one to the Mets here. Number one, I can understand you not liking being booed. I can understand that, but these are people the fans that are in the stands these fans that are in the stands. These are people that it's very expensive to go to a baseball game, especially in New York City.
Oh,
Sometimes tickets can cost sometimes the entire trip could cost around $300
more.
Yeah, sometimes I mean it depends on where you're saying. I mean, maybe if you're saying I don't want to say crappy seats, but if you're saying in the bleachers or in the middle or upper levels, maybe it can be cheaper. But still, you're investing a lot of money to go to a baseball game, and you go there and you see your team play like crap. What do you expect the fans to say? Sing Kumbaya? And so I think that was just I just think it was just very unprofessional and very, what's the word? I mean, I have no idea what to say. I mean, I've got plenty of more thoughts on this, but Chris, I mean, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, I just you kind of hit it. Just the situation. It's kind of fans are not. They're not. I mean, the Mets they want a spot to compete for the division, and they kind of just imploded. And I mean, the fans aren't supposed to be happy with that. They had expectations coming into the season to make the playoffs, and they haven't delivered like expected, so they're gonna be upset. I get the players you're not happy again, dude. They're not supposed to be happy, but I just kind of laughed at just a bystander, not a Mets fan, not super. I was kind of hope we got Marcellus on here, her thoughts on this. But,
oh man, yeah.
I was just kind of laughing at the whole thing. But one of the funniest things, I saw a tweet from August 6th. So almost a whole month this was going on. And it wasn't a story until it took about the first time I saw a video of Javi Baez doing the thumbs down was August 6th. So it took almost 3 weeks for them to notice because the Mets never did anything good. So we didn't see them do the thumbs down enough, I guess. But when I saw the story and then I saw old tweets about it, I don't know if they just didn't do thumbs down enough or what, but I just found the situation kind of amusing as a baseball fan. But you obviously can't do that as a professional athlete. You have to you're there that's not the fans are there's you're gonna get booed and it's a part of the game that sucks,
Yeah.
but you have to deal with that. But you're getting paid a lot of money, not even a lot of you're playing baseball.
Yeah.
that's just something you got to deal with and get used to. And
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's like a couple like specific incidents that really set him off, or just overall like just getting booed a lot or what. Or like you just got to be better than that. But like
yeah, you don't like spin the face of their paying customer like that. Now, I understand, like, I've been very critical of fan behavior sometimes. Like we all
for
have.
sure.
Like
Me as well.
there are certain lines that fans have crossed in the past, like that shouldn't cross. I mean,
definitely.
play example,
definitely.
like my story at the Jackals game where fans are pouring beer onto their players. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, like that's a completely different story. And I do think it is inappropriate for fans to boo at times. Like, perfect example. Remember that time when Andrew Luck got booed as you retired? Yeah, I thought that was like completely unacceptable fan behavior. That kind of stuff I can understand players being mad at fans for booing, but simply poor performance. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you poor performing, especially in like the New York market, you're going to get booed. Like, I can understand, like, if you're from a smaller market team, like maybe I'm not sure if you're from like Cincinnati or like Oakland, if you're a small market team, like maybe like you probably don't get booed as much, so you're probably not used to it. So I can understand that. But this is New York. Like, these are like New York is home to some of the most diehard and passionate sports fans out there. Like you're obviously gonna get booed. And Javi Baez, and here's what I'll say to the Mets and Javi Baez and Frescos and all those guys. If you think like the Mets fans booing you is bad, if you think like what you're going to the Mets fans booing you is bad, ask I want like to choose two players named Giancarlo Stanton and Gary Sanchez. Look at all the booing they have to go through from Yankee fans. Every single like literally like every single time they have a bad game, they get booed. Every single time. And have you heard either of them complain once? Not once. I honestly like I hate bringing up a situation like that because it's a very unrealistic standard to hold a player to, but I gotta bring it up here. Remember Derek Jeter, I believe, what was it, back in 2004, was hitting under like 200 to start the season. And he got booed. He got booed a lot from Yankee fans. Yankee fans let him at it. You know what he said after the game? I would have booed myself. Like we've been playing terrible. Like, we understand the fans' frustration. Asian, these players want to act like, they want to act all high and mighty when they're playing like dog shit. Like, guys, get over yourselves. That's what I'll say. Get over yourselves.
Hold up.
Michael, go ahead. I know. I'm sorry for taking so long to get to you there, my friend.
You straight, baby. You straight. Point is, baseball fans, especially in New York, we are animals and cockroaches when it comes to our teams. Especially when we lose, because here's the thing. Knicks fans especially, we hold grudges. First of all, the Mets need to do better. If they want the team to stop, the fans stop booing, win. It's common sense. I don't know. You start hitting the ball, and Marcellus will agree with me because I just texted him, by the way. He said the Mets should be playing better on paper. They got literally the best team in the National League on paper. That's what he said. I'm quoting, so don't kill the messenger, all right? And two, I believe the Mets could play better because I think they're like, you know what? If this was basketball, they've been like, you know what? We're trying to get the draft pick. Well, in baseball, you don't do draft picks like that. So, Adam, to say, especially I agree with 100% what you said. New York teams, we are vicious when it comes to losing. The Mets need to start winning so fans won't boo them. It's simple. When you win, you boo. When you win, you do great. Fans love you. We hyped up. Your team loses, we boo.
Here's the thing.
For all those pussy
players. Here's the thing.
Can I talk?
Oh, sorry.
Adam, I'm gonna put duct tape on your mouth next. Oh, like, here's the thing. Stop being little girls and play baseball. It's not that hard. Stop crying and play baseball. You guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play baseball, and you're crying that the fans are booing you? What is this? Softball or baseball? What are we playing? Jesus Christ.
I wanted to hop on a point you just made there, Mike, about New York sports fans. Yes, it's true that New York sports fans like they're some of the harshest fans out there. Like when you pull through, they'll let you have it. But you know what makes New York sports fans great? When you succeed in New York. When you succeed in New York, I mean, they will shower down praise on you like there's no tomorrow. Like you become like if you succeed in New York, you literally become like kind of like a godly figure. Just look at obviously I just mentioned him, Derek Jeter. Just look at Derek Jeter. Look at even though he didn't win a championship with them, Michael, look at Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing is God out there.
Yeah, look at Patrick Ewing. I mean, there's a ton of other names I could list there. Probably too many to go over. So I just thought that like, and here's another thing. One more thing I will say on the Mets like booing situation. You know how this whole thing could have been avoided? Hey, Chris, you mentioned before this has been going on for like 3 weeks. You know how this whole situation could be avoided if the players didn't say what the thumbs down thing was about. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If the like. I'm sure that there are players who have played in New York before that felt the same way about as Javi Baez and the Mets do right now. I'm sure there are players that like feel the exact same way and they can't stand being booed, and maybe they do want to show up the fans a little bit. Like if that's how they feel, you know what? Good on them. Why do you have to make it public? This whole situation could be avoided if you had just made it public. I remember before. Again, I cite them all the time. I'm sick of citing them all the time, but I gotta cite them again. Michael K. Show mentioned this at the Yankees. They do a like every single time they get, I believe like whenever they get like on base when they get a big hit, they do a elbow tapping thing. No one still to this day, no one knows why they do it. Whenever they ask, they say it's a private thing. The Mets could have literally said, hey, that thumbs down thing we do, it's a private thing. We're just gonna keep it private. And this whole situation doesn't happen. I mean it's one thing to be sensitive like that. That's one thing. It's another thing to just be dumb.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm taking away from the Mets right now. Just players right now. They're being A, overly sensitive, and B, they're just being plain dumb. And obviously, like, for Javi, and there's 2 more things I wanted to mention about this. For Javi Baez, like, I believe this is his last year of his contract, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So he basically just killed any chances of him resigning with the Mets. I mean, the Mets would be morons if they brought him back after this. I mean, if they brought him back after this. Yes, he had that game-winning run, like the other day, what was it, against Miami? I'm pretty sure it was against Miami. I mean, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it was against Miami. But yeah, I mean, like, so with Javi Baez, like, obviously he's gonna be gone the year, so that's really a dumb move on his part. Like, to like basically burn down bridges, like to basically burn. Which like that's another dumb thing Javi Baez. But here's the thing: even if Javi Baez is gone at the end of the year, I still think that this is like bad news, like surrounding Francisco Lindor's future with the Mets, because Francisco Lindor was a big part of this too. Like I don't know if he was the one who started it, but he was definitely in on it. Now remember, Javi Baez is gonna be gone at the end of the year. The Mets are locked into Francisco Lindor for the next decade plus. If Francisco Lindor is gonna be this bothered by the fans, and he's going to stay like, I mean, he's already having a terrible season, but at least by his standards. If Francisco Lindor is going to really be bothered by this, I mean, I just think that this is just a very, very bad sign for Francisco Lindor and the Mets going forward, and their relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you pretty much hit on it. Yeah, like it's just gonna be a weird situation the next month in the season. Then who knows what's gonna happen with these players after
Yeah.
that.
And I'm sure right now, I mean, the Mets would obviously never say this publicly, but I'm sure if the Mets could have it back, they wouldn't have given Francisco Lindor that type of contract. obviously not obviously I like what the CC's having, and this just on top of it. I think the Mets, if they could do it over, they probably wouldn't have given him that contract. At least at the time they gave him. Maybe they re-signed him at the end. Maybe they would have re-signed him at the end of the year, but again, it would have been like for less money. I mean, Alex, my friend, you've been very quiet on this whole segment. Do you have any thoughts on this before we move on?
Yeah, I think that the Mets are in a tight situation with the division between them and Atlanta and Philly. I think it's crucial for them to play every game like it's the end of the season and just have the playoff mindset every single time. And I think that it's going to be a very interesting stretch down until the end of the season. I think that once the playoffs hit, I got a feeling that the Mets could be a team to watch out for. Once they get their hitting together, they are unstoppable. And I think that since they've been up and down lately, I do think that they have the chance to go deep. And I'm curious to see how deep they can go.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets are playing well. They've won 4 straight, but theoretically they are still in the race for the division. But it's September, right? And they're down back 5 games, so it's gonna take a Herculean effort to for the Mets to really get back in the playoff race. Speaking of Mets news, obviously before we move on, we gotta mention this story. I believe the GM Zach Scott got arrested for DUI. We're not gonna do a whole segment on this, but I don't know what to say. Obviously the previous general manager Gerrit Porter got fired for sending dick pics and sexually and sexually harassing a woman. That's literally what he did. That's why Gerrit Porter got fired. He sent over 60 text messages to a female reporter. So first you have that guy's gone, and now you have this guy getting arrested for apparently he wasn't driving, but he was drunk and he just passed out and passed out in his car. I don't know the legal ramifications about that, but the Mets have placed him on administrative leave. It's just the Mets. I always said before even and the Mets are just a gift that keeps on giving, man. Even when you think things are going to turn around for a Mets, there's always something that just brings them back down to earth. And I feel for Mets fans, I really do. This was supposed to be the year where they finally started turning things around. It looked like it was going to be that for a long time, but then everything just came crashing back down to earth.
All right, dang, it's gonna be our longest episode, boys.
Yeah, yeah. Now we gotta move on to Michael, my friend. We gotta talk about the YANKES. The Yankees obviously
we should have saved that towards the middle and get the hot take.
We got other things to talk about post hot take, Michael. But I was gonna do some really quick Yankee talk here. I said last episode, when they were in the middle of this 13-game winning streak, what this winning streak did for the Yankees was it gave them breathing room because I said before that they were eventually going to hit a rough stretch, and you know what? They kind of did. They lost 4 straight games after they hang that rough skid. Yeah, they lost 4 straight games. And what that winning streak did was it got them back. Like they now are in control of the first wild card in the American League. It gave them control of that, and that winning streak gave them some breathing room, so that way they could afford to go through a bit of a rush edge and still have a pretty great shot at the postseason. As of right now, the Yankees are their biggest playoff odds according to ESPN are currently 92.6%. They are currently a game and a half above the Boston Red Sox for first wild card, and they are 3.5 games ahead of the Oakland Athletics. So that's the thing that the Yankees have done. That winning streak they did gave them enough leverage to gave them enough leverage so they could afford to hit Russ and still be in control of their own playoff destinies. Now the bad news is regarding the Yankees is we all fantasize about them. Could they potentially win the division? That ship has sailed. They're currently 6.5 games back behind the Rays. Even when they were hot and they were on that winning streak, the Rays were playing just as good. They were on just as good of a winning streak. So they're currently 6.5 games behind the Rays. I think their ship is sailed. I think the Rays are gonna go on to win the division, but I still think if you're a Yankees fan, you should still feel optimistic because I think your goal right now should be to lock up that first wild card and get a home playoff game at Yankee Stadium. I think that should be the goal for the Yankees. And want to know why, Michael? Chris,
what's up,
Alex? You want to know why you should feel good about a 1-game playoff game at Yankee Stadium? A 1-game playoff? I know it's a 1 game, so anything can happen, but you want to know why you should feel good about it?
Why?
Who's going to be pitching that game?
Gerrit Cole?
Yep, and I just got the Yankees broke on their 4-game losing streak off the back of an absolute masterful performance by Gerrit Cole. I mean, you want to know this insane stat, guys? This past performance of Gerrit Cole, he struck out 15 batters and didn't walk 1. This guy. This guy has just been throughout his Yankees career. I know it's early. I know it's we're technically not even 1.5 years through through that contract of his, but this guy so far has just been worth every single penny the Yankees gave him, man. To all the fans, I remember when I was leaving. Funny story, guys. Another story, another one of Adam Grassani's personal stories. When I was leaving that game, I went to the Yankees Mets game back in July, the one where Gerrit Cole struggled. I remember, and the whole sticky stuff conversation was in his prime time. I remember some Met fan was walking out of the stadium, not necessarily with us, but he was walking out of the stadium, and I could hear him saying, "Spider attack, Gerrit Cole ain't shit without Spider attack." Act like Gerrit Cole was just a product of Spider attack. So all those fans out there who said that Gerrit Cole was a product of stick stuff, I think he just answered any doubt that that may have crossed your mind. This guy has just been every penny worth the Yankees gave him, and I think he should win the AL Cy Young. I don't think that's a ridiculous. I think right now he should be the favorite to win the American League Cy Young. Chris, I don't know if you agree.
I think I would agree with that. I don't know. It's tough to say. Definitely has a good chance.
Yeah, he's definitely good. He's at least gonna be one of the finalists. And also, this past game, obviously I talked about one of the Yankees too. Obviously, I talked about the ace of the Yankees rotation. Now I gotta talk about Mike. I was going to get the Phillies sucker in a second. Be patient with me here, but I gotta talk about the ace of the Yankees lineup, Aaron Judge hitting his 30th home run the other day, and Aaron Judge has been a beast for the Yankees this season. I just gotta mention that right now, like Aaron Judge is having one of his seasons, and he's answered a lot of some of the very few criticisms that they were tied to him going into the year. Like, can he stay healthy? Can he come through in big spots? Aaron Judge, aside from when he missed time with COVID, has been perfectly healthy. He's played in pretty much every single game for the Yankees this season. He hasn't missed a single game due to injury, and he's his numbers are very impressive. He's hitting his batting average is a point under 300, which if he could finish the season hitting 300, I would, as a Yankees fan, be very, very thrilled about that. I know batting average isn't necessarily the most important stat, especially in today's analytics world, but just having that 300 next to your name, I don't know if you guys go to the stadium and you look at a player's name, you look at Judge's name, and you see 300 or above next to his name, it looks good. It looks sexy. So, I mean, but he's just, Aaron Judge on the season, 299 batting average. 389 on base percentage, 545 slugging, 9.34 OPS, 30 home runs, 75 RBIs. This guy has answered a lot of criticism. He's just been an absolute beast, and I don't know if I'm about to come up with a bold take here. I'm not saying he should win it, but I think Aaron Judge deserves at least some MVP consideration. I don't think now. Obviously, I'm not saying he should win it because obviously with the season Torreo Ty is having, he obviously should win it. But I do think he should at least be a finalist.
Yeah.
I think him, Ohtani, and Vladimir Jr. I think those should be the top three in the AL, in my opinion. Mike, you got something to say?
Yeah, I agree with you. Ohtani is the best player in the league, in my opinion, as of this year.
Oh, easily.
The best player in the American League. I'm sorry, Mike Trout. You're not the best player in the American League no more. I don't know how to tell you. Ohtani's been the only player since Babe Ruth to be a great pitcher and a great hitter. And that's been impossible for the last hundreds of years. Because Babe Ruth was a double hitter, was a pitcher, and he played right field. This brother's a DH and a pitcher. Adam, tell me, the last time that was done was over 100 years ago. 100 years ago since Babe Ruth played.
Yeah.
Hold up. One sec, boys. Give me one sec. I had to correct my dad on my thesis. He just wanted me to get the math right.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right?
For the last fucking time, nobody said there'd be math.
Sorry, at the Get Your Game on podcast, my dad's very loving with math, so we apologize.
Sorry, I had to get that.
All math, all joking aside, all seriousness, Ohtani is like a rare breed player. He almost won. Did he win the home run derby?
Did he? I'm not sure.
I'm
pretty sure he did.
I'm saying he's going to. If the Angels don't re-sign him, that's a stupid move by him. I'm telling you, either Mike Trout is going to leave, or Ohtani's going to leave. One or the other.
Yeah, I bet you.
But however, the Angels should be in the playoffs. They got the two best players in the MLB. You're the first best player and the second best player in the world.
Mike Trout's been hurt, though, I believe.
Yeah, Trout's been hurt.
They got Ohtani now.
I know,
oh, yeah. Pete Alonso won the home run derby.
Pete Alonso was a problem. But I'm saying, now we got to wrap this part up because I've been having a killer take and y'all been ruining it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, before we get, I'm sorry, Michael. Before we get to Mike's hot take, we do have one last baseball segment we got to talk about. Alex, my friend, I gotta give you the floor. I told you I gotta pay off this bet. I said if the Phillies were to win at least 3 out of 4 games,
Oh God, Adam, why
against
did
the
you do
Diamondbacks, that we would get to talk Philly. So the Phillies have been playing excellent baseball. So I believe
They're
what
just
was it,
getting
4
Alex's hopes
straight?
up, and they're gonna
Alex,
crush it.
5 straight that they've won.
Six.
Straight games, and they're currently a game and a half behind the Atlanta Braves for the NL East League. So, Alex, my friend, the floor is yours.
Adam, do we have to?
I gotta pay off my bet, Michael. I gotta pay it off.
Alex,
Sorry,
the
my
floor is
friend.
yours.
The Bats are thriving. Without our big at bat for the Phillies, Reese Hoskins, since he went down with a gruesome injury.
Hold up, my friend. You just said Reese Hopkins is better than Bryce Harper at hitting?
No, I did not say that. I
thought you said that. But continue.
I said Reese Hoskins is getting season-ending surgery. So, anyways, I think that they've been playing great ball lately, and their pitching has been tremendous, even though they had some shaky times with giving up more runs than they needed. And I feel like this ball club is aiming in the right direction. They play Miami next, starting tomorrow. He was Miami, and then starting Labor Day, they play Milwaukee, which that will be an exciting series because Milwaukee has been hot lately. They are coming off of a series against the San Francisco Giants. I think they lost today to the San Francisco Giants 5-1. I think that Bryce Harper has been tremendous in the batter's box lately. He's been on a MVP level, and I feel like that his power swing is developing awesome this past few weeks, and it's going to be very important for him to keep it going, and hopefully the Phillies will make it to the wild card. And I would love to see playoff baseball for my Phillies.
Yeah, Bryce Harper's low key having a very excellent season. Let me show you Bryce Harper's numbers here. He's saying 306, on percentage of 420, slugging percentage of 594, OPS of 1.014. He's currently leading the NL and OPS and OPS. Let me give you his numbers here.
What's his home run? How many home runs?
He has 26 home runs, 63 RBIs. I mean, I think I think if he plays the rest of the season, like he's played only 111 games so far, but if he gets that up there and he finishes the season playing like, I don't know, maybe 100, if he could get to like 140 something games playing on a season, I think Bryce Harper could very well be the NL MVP this year.
He may win it. I'm gonna say my picks right now. Ohtani
and Harper.
Yeah, those are my picks for the MVPs this year. Sell it, book it, deliver it.
Yeah, I'm happy for Bryce Harper too. I think he's what I said before. He's one of those guys who in the past has been called overrated, and I used to think like I I necessarily think he was overrated, but I thought that he was kind of like a frustrating play. I thought he was like frustrating at times because I knew how good he was and he just couldn't put it together consistently. But he is just having such an excellent season. I'm happy to playing this well. Like this is like a prime level Bryce Harper we're seeing here. Like this is like Alex. I think I could say like as a Phillies fan, this is the Bryce Harper that you gave like $300+ million to. This is the guy that you like wanted when you gave him that contract.
Yeah, definitely. He's been locked in ever since they started the winning streak, and I wanted to mention, since it's past midnight now, I wanted to mention that yesterday's game they were down 6-0 to the Nationals, and then came all the way back to tie the game at 6, and then the bats kept going and going, and the pitching was sharp, and they ended up winning today. And I think that heading to Miami, it's going to be crucial for them to sweep them. And I think that it's going to be a awesome season end and awesome couple of weeks.
Yeah, Phillies are currently like a game and a half back of the Braves for division lead, so it's going to be a close one. Like this is a division race I can see going all the way down to the end. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the National League East plays out. So, but I wish we could talk more, but we got to move on to the segment of the show that is like summer vacation, that it offers up sizzling fun, like with like on the beach with hot bikini babes and everything that a man could ask for. Mike's hot take. Mike Cunningham, take it away.
You know what, boys? I've been really thinking about it. I have a 2-part hot take. Me and my friend Danny, we were playing basketball today. It came up, I was in the crib playing basketball. My boy told me, I asked him, we were talking about college football, I asked him, where were you at a play at? Cameron Indoors or the Swamp for Florida for college basketball, college football? You know what I told him? I'd rather play at Cameron Indoors than the Swamp. You know why? You guys want to know why I picked that? Because the Swamp,
why, Michael?
Chris, you know as much as I do, brother. Because the Swamp is a dangerous, dangerous place to play for sports fans, for sports. It's a dangerous, dangerous spot. It's a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous play for college football. Ain't that right, Chris?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I recommend like any team, if you're playing Florida on college football, me and Alex have seen this many times. And I told my dad this, and I told all my friends this. If you had a choice to let me play at Duke play me any team going to Cameron Indoors or going to play in Florida Swamp, I'm picking at Duke because easily you have a chance to win it. But you play at the Swamp, you better hope to God you at least come out with half your soul back. Because you play in that Swamp, you hear all them crazy Florida fans, all them Gator Nation going nuts. And everyone knows me that I love Florida for football and I love Duke for basketball. And how can I explain this? This is like playing at the Swamp is basically Kobe and Shaq in the early 2000s dominating in the NBA. You know what I mean, boys?
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
If you guys like, to all the people that like wrestling, playing at the Swamp is like Undertaker going 21-0 at WrestleMania for 21 WrestleManias in a row. The Swamp is no joke. The Swamp is no joke. People be telling me, y'all could play any college team could beat Florida at the Swamp. Chris, what do you think about playing at the Swamp or playing at Cameron Indoors? What if you were a college coach and you were coaching football and basketball for the same college for both teams. Your team was going in. Who are you picking? The Swamp or Cameron Indoors? You rather play at?
I think Cameron Indoor is a tougher place to play.
I've been to Cameron Indoors. My sister, Joyce South, who went to Duke University. Me and my dad seen that arena, and that building is small, but it is loud.
Sure. No, for sure.
You feel that energy when Coach K, who, in my opinion, was the greatest
100%.
college coach of all time. Shout out to Coach K, who is retiring at the end of the year. I'm saying, boys, that arena is. You hear that energy?
Oh, it is.
You hear that energy at Cameron Indoors. You are not winning. However, you play at the Swamp. You better hope to God you got your soul with you because you're going to war. What's up, A Boogie?
What do you think about Michigan?
Oh, you play at the big
Stadium?
house. You play at the big house. You better hope to God. Honestly, the loudest arenas I've ever seen. I gotta say the big house. I gotta say Ohio State. Ohio State. God, and I gotta say the big house. But I also gotta say Beaver Stadium. Beaver Stadium. Who my other sister, who went to Penn State, by the way. Shout out to you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. We love you. That Beaver Stadium is insane. And I'll credit you may have heard this guy. You were a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Both my sisters who are good friends with Tom Mahaly, who played with the Kansas City Chiefs. Chris, I know you appreciate that dude. Tom Mahaly.
Oh, yeah.
Who is one of my sister's closest friends on the planet. Shout out, we love you, Tom Ali. You should have never retired early, but that's a different story. When I'm saying this, that's my part one, my hot take. My part two is, do I think Joel Embiid, Alex, you may get mad. You may like this. Do I think Joel Embiid should stay in Philadelphia? Honestly, I think it's time for him to move on for Philly. I think it's time. I think it's about that time, Chris.
Let's get your reasoning out.
What?
What's your reasoning?
Here's why. I think
Michael, I'm going to need some sort of explanation on this one.
I think he should move. Like, he did well for the city, but I don't think another superstar wants to play with him. Superstar-wise, they had Jimmy Butler, right? Him and Butler couldn't coach this.
I don't think it was him and Butler was the issue though.
No, him and Simmons. He said he loves playing with Ben, but a couple weeks ago he said he can't stand playing with Ben.
Dude, I wish that was different.
Embiid is a complicated player to play with. Don't get me wrong. He's the best center in the league. Oh, crap. I said it. I was going to be happy that I said that.
No, he's 100% the best.
He's the top 10.
He's without doubt the best center in the league.
I think Jokic is better, but for Alex's case, you say anything about Embiid.
If you say anybody besides those two, I think your opinion is invalid.
Jokic you could debate. Jokic you could debate, yeah.
It has to be one of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, finish your point, Mike. Not bad.
The point is, boys, I'm saying this on record, that Embiid either needs to request a trade or have Simmons leave. Because him and Simmons, I don't think they can play together anymore.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Either one is going to leave. Either one or the other.
Yeah, if you're the Sixers, I think Simmons is the one you got to cut loose.
Yeah.
I think, honestly,
he hasn't taken that next step.
Honestly, no one wants to play. They had an opportunity to get D'Angelo Russell in from the Timberwolves, and they pulled the plug. Honestly, I think him and Embiid will be a good player matchup for him as a point guard. D'Angelo Russell and Embiid.
I think I actually think
they need a lot more.
Interesting.
If Russell's the key piece of the trade back for Simmons, that would be a massive trade.
And like 2 other picks.
Yeah.
First, here's why I say that'd be a good trade for Simmons, because Ben Simmons is not a good shooter. Russell can shoot, and he can attack the basket hard. And I think that'll be good.
Russell's not that great at attacking.
I'm just not very high on
as a veteran, I love D'Angelo Russell, and
so he can obviously get the ball. He can actually score.
He can't be a primary guard on a championship team. And there's no point making a trade for Simmons if you're not trying to become a champion.
Here's the thing. I don't think Ben Simmons is that good of a guard, in my opinion.
Here's the thing about D'Angelo Russell. He's not that great at attacking the basket, but he's a great passer. And he can shoot too. Like he's an excellent shooter. And
I don't think he
that'd
can be a point guard
he's
on
a
his
great
team.
passer too. He's one
I
of the
think
better
that'd be good
passers
for
in the
Embiid.
league.
Though. I think that would be good for Embiid for my hot take. Here's why: because Embiid needs shooters.
Yeah,
they did well when they had JJ Redick. Because Embiid's gonna get double teamed a lot. You got Danny Green, who's still on the Sixers, right, Alex? To be mature, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you also have Steph Curry, but you also need another shooter as a point guard. Honestly, I'll be not surprised by the middle of the season. I'm gonna say this on record as Mike Cunningham's hot take, man to God, that Ben Simmons will no longer be a Sixer by the end of All-Star Weekend. You can quote me. You can take that to the bank.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Ben Simmons.
I'm writing my check that my butt. I
wouldn't be surprised if Ben Simmons is a Sixer by the start of the season.
And my dad's a Sixer fan. Let me ask my dad. Dad, come here for a second. Let me ask you a question.
I don't agree
Ben
with
Simmons is leaving Philly. My dad says that Ben Simmons is leaving Philly.
I think
Alex,
he is too.
Alex, you're the Philly Sixers fan of the group. What do you think is going to happen to your Sixers?
I feel like they're going to package him with Tyrese Maxey and maybe a draft pick or two and just get an elite shooter. Yeah,
I need a guard. I need a good point guard. That's what you guys really need.
I do like the fit you mentioned with D'Angelo. So I think that would be interesting.
Honestly, for me, I would say they should go after Rondo as a good point guard. Rondo.
I mean, yeah.
They need like a veteran point guard, like a good veteran.
That's his thing. How old is D'Angelo? I think he's
Not
like
very.
25. He turns 26 next year.
26,
So
like,
I don't think he's. I don't think D'Angelo's
good
his
enough.
peak yet.
I'll give it to Ron. I also have Rondo be the point guard because Rondo's a good point guard as a backup. But they need like a good point guard that can take over when Embiid is not killing. And honestly, Tobias Harris is the most overrated NBA player in my opinion. I'm sorry to say that, but Tobias Harris is overrated. For that money he's paying, and he's not producing.
He's a solid player.
He's
A
overrated.
little overpaid, but a lot of players overpaid.
A little overpaid.
You can't call a guy overrated just because he's
a very solid player.
Draymond Green is the biggest overrated player in the NBA history. He's not an all-star. He's not that good.
Stop it.
He's not that good.
Stop it, Mike. That's an outrageous take. No.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No. They did not win those championships without him. What he did for that team as a leader, offensively setting screens, running the offense, running the defense. Like, dude, he was the whole soul of that team.
Chris,
you will see this season. He is coming back. No.
You being a fake fan.
Stop it. That's disgusting. That's an outrageous take.
That's God talking to God right here.
No, bro, that's a terrible take.
I was just saying, Chris, Chris, I'm saying this. Chris, I really missed you. But the point is, Draymond, let me ask the viewers. Hey, Dad, you think Draymond Green's overrated? Yes, there you go.
Now I see where you get it from.
2-0. Thank you. Cunningham men has spoken, Chris.
Cunningham men are crazy.
If you want to say that Draymond Green wouldn't be like good as
if he was on a different team, he wouldn't be that good.
If you want to say
that's almost every player though.
No, first of all, honestly,
if you want to say.
Here's the thing. I thought DeMar DeRozan was one of the best shooting guards in the league when he was with Toronto. Went to the Spurs. He became an average guard in the West. I'm telling you.
But still, like you could say that.
If Draymond
was on another team, it wouldn't be as good. I could understand that, but let's not act like he wasn't like a major part of like those Warriors championships.
You had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson carrying your whole damn team, and you had Kevin Durant. Hell, if I passed him the ball,
no.
Dude, Michael,
what
do the Warriors win in
defensively
2015 without Draymond?
They had Curry.
Heck no.
You gotta give it to Iguodala then. Iguodala was the reason why they won.
Stop it.
Iguodala was the main reason.
Who was defensive player of the year with the Warriors?
He never won defensive player of the year.
He totally did.
Yes, he did.
In 2018?
I thought he may have won multiple.
Let me.
He won at least one. I know that for a fact.
On you two. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me go to his awards. Okay, 2017, he won one award. Congratulations. He won one Defensive Player of the Year. My fault. So you guys tell me, you think he's an all-star, or he's a right player, or he's a superstar?
Like,
If
are
you
we
say
talking?
all-star, I'm
No,
hanging up
when
the
are we?
damn phone.
What are we talking? Are we talking right now?
I'm talking about in general. Any of his career.
His prime. I want to call him a superstar.
What?
I said I wouldn't, but he's close.
He's a
When,
superstar.
in his prime,
You think he was?
in his prime,
Hell no. I'll
Here,
say he was
in
an
his
a
prime,
mediocre or a
at
great
I
role
said
player.
he's not a superstar, but I
at
think
his
he was close.
peak,
I said not.
Chris, he's a great role
at
player.
his peak,
No.
he was
You
a
guys are
borderline
Let Adam
chatting out
speak,
your
Mike.
ass.
Let Adam
Y'all
speak.
chatting out your
At
ass.
his peak, he was a borderline all-star.
Alex,
his
please
peak.
help me with this sense with these two idiots. Please help, Alex. Please
Alex
help.
is on my side. Alex.
Alex,
was
you think
on our
Draymond
side.
Green
Alex
was
was
a
on
great
our side.
was an all-star? How he played.
Nope.
Thank you.
Come on, Alex.
Thank you.
Alex,
Alex,
my
dude, I
friend.
hope you trade Ben Simmons for D'Angelo Russell now.
Mike,
You guys will
Just
never
for
win a
that-
championship if you get
just
Russell.
for that was a prank.
You mother. Alex, you really think Draymond Green is that good? Will be a superstar, borderline superstar.
He's not a superstar, not even close, but
And then, sorry,
at his peak, he was a borderline all-star.
so sorry for the Get Your Game On family and fans. Chris Kern and Adam Grassani been smoking the ganja, so you got to fire their
Draymond Green at his peak with a top 15
You
player.
got to. They
I don't know about
right
top
now.
15,
I
but
think so.
They had lost their mind.
top
They've been smoking the
25,
weed.
top 20.
I think
he was
Chris
in
went
that
to
range.
Jesus camp and started smoking the devil's lettuce. So basically, he had lost his mind a little bit. He lost
Stop
it.
it.
Stop it, Michael.
He lost.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's just an
I think
outrageous
it's time. I think it's time.
All right.
Time to put Michael's hot take up and to the judges here, myself, Chris, and Alex. But I go for the first time in a while, I'm gonna vote deny.
Okay, my first hot take. That was just a joke around hot take. My first hot take.
No, we're judging all around.
Overall.
You can't take the joking hot take seriously.
Overall, deny.
Also, didn't love the Embiid one.
I ain't really like
the Embiid one was good.
Embiid one was all right.
We're about playing
Embiid
one.
one. Well, actually, no. The Embiid one was.
I think college basketball atmospheres are way tougher than college football. So that's also.
I mean, the Embiid one was So I'm gonna vote deny. Chris, you vote deny.
Yeah, deny.
Alex, what do you vote?
That's my racism. It's okay. That's my racism. That's my racism. It's okay.
Triple minus D.
I smell racism. It's okay.
This has been unanimously denied. This is first denial in like how many episodes now?
Time.
It's been a while.
I smell racism. It's okay.
But Michael,
I thought Mike had moved past
the bad hot takes is now
moved away
34 and 38. So
it's
Michael,
okay.
I'm sorry, but you take an L here.
Do
better next time.
I know why. I know exactly why it was bad. Because the rainstorm washed away Mike's brain.
No,
Alex, I love you.
Alex, let these fools know. Adam, you should know, Adam. I'm about to do the piss off. Adam, you should know that.
Michael, it's 1 versus 3 here. We could. I'm sure all 3 of us could take you.
Yeah.
Alex can't fight. First of all, Adam, you fight like a little 5-year-old girl.
Mike, I am not Cameron.
Alex, you fight like two 10-year-old girls. Adam fights like a 5-year-old girl. Chris is a lover, not a fighter, so it's good. Yo, guys, I love you guys, even though y'all piss me off.
Yeah,
Michael, we love you too.
Mike, you fight like Jason Peters.
Okay, I know you ain't talking. I know
All
fight like JPP. You fight with a guy with no hand off. You fight like I bet John Brody can kick your ass. So I'm playing, brother.
Okay. So we gotta move on, guys, to NFL preseason. I mean,
let's not talk about that. I lost a lot of money on the preseason already.
Go ahead, talk about it. Talk about the money you lost.
What happened, Mike?
What happened?
How about them Cowboys?
Alex, go fuck yourself. And I pray to God the Phillies die with you and the Eagles go to hell. And Adam, you can go fuck yourself too with the Giants losing. And Chris, fuck you. And fuck the Kansas City Chiefs.
I hope the Cowboys never make the playoffs again.
You know I love you. You know I was not being straight. You know I was just being stupid.
All right. Michael, we love you too, but I mean,
Chris, you know I love you, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really much we could talk about the preseason because
Chris owes me money.
Really,
that's a different story.
I don't really. I think we don't really. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't really put too much stock on the preseason.
Like it's cool to see the rosters for different teams get cut down.
I mean, I will say one thing though. I mean, I'll talk a little bit about the Giants preseason. Number one, I think it was good to see Daniel Jones finally play in that last game because I do think it's important to give him at least some reps going into the season because throughout the preseason I was just wondering why are they not playing this guy, not playing him I was wondering throughout the entire game and throughout the entire preseason I was like this is I would turn on the game and this is pointless because none of the pretty much none of the key players are playing and I told you before the MetLife Bowl. I said before the MetLife Bowl is probably the most boring sporting event I've ever watched. I mean, preseason football. I mean, especially when none of the stars are playing, is just a drag. But Daniel Jones did finally play in the last preseason game, and you know me, I don't put too much. I don't like putting stock in the preseason game. I don't put too much stock into it. But I gotta say one thing about Daniel Jones. He looked pretty good, for the most part. He looked like he was accurate for the most part. He looked solid for the most part. But I don't know if you guys saw that one end zone throw that got intercepted. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it. That was just an outrageously bad decision and bad throw. I mean, that was just that's stuff that I know it's preseason, but still, even for preseason, that was cringeworthy. I mean, and that's the type of throws that Daniel Jones has made in his career. Right? It's Eli Manning syndrome, but worse. I remember at times when Eli Manning would make some boneheaded mistakes. Daniel Jones has that same problem, but worse. I mean, he at times makes some mind-boggling bad throws, and this was one of them. Now, again, it's just preseason. I'm not gonna put too much stock into it. I'm definitely not gonna freak out. But guys, if this continues to become a trend with Daniel Jones, the Giants are in trouble. Because this season, I said before, I mean, I'm gonna go into depth more in this next episode because that's what we're gonna do. NFL season preview show. We're gonna make all our predictions and stuff. So I'm gonna save most of my takes for that show. But long story short, this season I think Daniel Jones right now is the X factor for his Giants season. He is the X factor for his Giants season. If he doesn't solidify himself as the Giants franchise quarterback, if he doesn't have that big breakthrough year that many think he's capable of having, then the Giants season is going to be a wash. Pretty much. If the Giants want to be competitive this season, if they are really serious about finally bouncing back and be a contender this season, Daniel Jones needs to step up. And if throws like that, if throws like that are going to be a trend this season, then as a Giants fan, I'm going to be nervous.
I'm looking forward to trash talking Mike week 1.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Wait, don't the Cowboys play the Buccaneers week 1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought Alex, the way you saw, I thought you were saying the Phillies, not the Phillies, sorry, the Eagles play the Cowboys week 1.
No matter who the Cowboys are playing, I always like to get on Mike's nose.
I'm rooting for the Cowboys in that one.
Hey guys,
Chris, those words did not just come out of your mouth.
What do you say?
I did. I root for the Cowboys in that one.
What you're rooting for the
I
Cowboys
know.
in that one?
No,
I
I don't. No
Rooting for-
reason
in
why.
my
There's
book,
no reason why I
Rooting for
root
the
against
Cowboys
Bucks.
is
I don't know
almost as
why.
bad as rooting for the Astros.
Just feel like rooting
Chris,
against
my
Bucks or
dude,
something.
Chris, my
I
dude,
got you, Mike.
my
Okay.
dude, my dude.
Nothing happened in February that makes me.
I got one thing to say. Ezekiel Elliott is too busy sitting on Mike's bed.
Whoa.
Okay, hold up.
I did not intend for this to become a trash talk segment,
Hold
but
up.
here we are. Oh, man.
Alex,
I
you
can't
forgot
wait
who
for
you talking to?
football season's right around the corner. The football.
Oh, man, I
talk
can't
coming
wait.
back.
It
Alex,
feels
you
so good.
forgot? Alex, did
Yo,
you?
guys, I
Our
said
NFL
I am
preview show
so
is gonna be
excited to
epic.
finally be talking some football on this podcast. Like actual, like this is like prime time sports. Like we're entering
Alex,
into
you
prime
forgot who
time
you talking
sports
to?
talk. Like
Is our
right
next
here.
episode
We
going to be
got
NFL
football
preview?
season coming up. Like obviously the MLB's running down. This is like I am so excited for us to be doing this podcast right now during these times of football
It's gonna
coming
be
back. I am
good.
so excited to be talking about all this stuff with you guys.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
good.
so much fun. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Alex, I mean, Michael, if you want to talk about Alex, if you want to talk about the Eagles preseason a little bit, you could do so. And Michael, if you want to talk about the Jets and Cowboys preseason for a little bit, you could do so.
The Eagles waived a player named Graydon Arnold. He's pretty young. I think that they were looking for a more talented safety position player like him. And I think that it's best for him to stay on the practice squad and develop more skills. And hopefully he'll be back with the team next season. Or other than that, he'll probably go somewhere else. It just depends on how good he's going to do during the season on the practice squad. And another player that is really interesting to me, the move got really interesting, which is Travis Fulgrim. People always loved his type of game the past 2 years with the Eagles. And I think that since the Eagles drafted Devontae Smith, Travis Fulgham wouldn't really get much reps with Jaden Rager and Greg Ward, as well as the others like Quez Watkins. I forget if Quez Watkins made the roster, but he's been thriving during the training camp type of timeline, and I think that the Eagles have a young core at everything, at basically every position they have, and I think it's crucial for them to have what it takes to go deeper than what people think they are. And I think that all starts with Jalen Hurts, because watching him play at Alabama has been tremendous, and his work ethic has been greater than anything at this stage right now. And I think that even though people are speaking negative on this team this year, saying, oh, they're going to win 5 or 6 games, I think that looking at the long run, I think this team will go deeper than winning only 6 games. I think they might catch 7 or 8 wins, but out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll discuss more of the Eagles like next our next episode during our season preview. But I think like I think the Eagles are going to be the 4th place team. I think they're going to be the worst team in the division, but but we got to move on right now because we're kind of running low on time. I mean, we got so much stuff to discuss, but I was kind of like gonna. I said I was gonna give you the floor, Mike, but I guess we could throw in with this next preseason story. I mean, Cam Newton got cut.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You're saying I'm not necessarily surprised that the Patriots are starting Mac Jones right away. I am a little surprised that they cut Cam Newton because you don't want Cam Newton around at least as a backup.
I think it's more of a Cam choice.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with that too. That's why in the beginning I was thinking maybe the Giants would take a chance on him, but then I think about it, I don't think Cam Newton is like. I think Cam Newton like wants to like be a starter.
No, definitely. I think he'll wait for the opportunity, and one will come about. I bet injuries will happen.
Yeah, I think like as an injury, like I get injuries happen, and maybe, I think injuries will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he will get a shot, but as of right now with the current quarterback landscape, I don't know. I don't see. Is there a team right now that would really want Cam Newton as their starter?
I don't think so, really. Like, because obviously there's some like younger quarterbacks he's probably better than, but there's no reason for those teams to.
Like the only real team is like a young quarterback, and you're gonna be playing like the young quarterback anyway.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Like, I don't know.
Like
there's some veterans you could argue he could be better than maybe, but like none of those teams in a position to switch for Cam Newton.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, I watched part of that preseason game, and I was listening to Get Up earlier today, and obviously it is an outrageous comparison to make this early, but they were, I believe, not necessarily saying he's gonna be as good as Tom Brady, but I believe Mac Jones, like when you look at the way he plays, like he has like kind of like a similar play style to Tom Brady, and the way he like moves around the pocket, like that kind of like accurate, or like he's more of like that he leans more to that traditional pocket passer that the NFL is like starting to get away from, but Mac Jones, like I like what I've seen from him.
I definitely agree. I think he's gonna have a really good career.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I am really excited to see this quarterback class. I mean,
definitely.
I haven't watched much preseason. How has Trevor Lawrence looked? I mean, I don't know if
he's been pretty good. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's preseason. I don't like breaking down preseason that much, but again, it is like the first time we are getting like looks at these guys. Looks at these guys. So so you do like to take it with some like sort of grain of salt. I mean, Zach Wilson has looked good for Michael, you're a Jets fan here. You're a Jets fan here. I want to ask you, like, what are your impressions on Zach Wilson so far?
Well, he's doing his thing. At first, I was thinking to myself, you know what, he's not going to be good. He's like probably overrated, but you know he's holding down. He's holding down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, man, my bad. I just think the Jets they still have a lot of proof this season.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the season, this ain't the season. So that's just me. I don't really watch preseason, but I want to see what he could do in a 16-game season. Probably you play at least a game a week. Sure, you could do. But by my Cowboys, I don't know. When we get Dak, I think we should sign Cam Newton for right now. Because we don't know if Dak's going to play this year, but, you know, he won't. So, honestly, Jerry Jones, if you're watching this, please sign Cam Newton.
Would Cam Newton go to because again, we all know Cam Newton like probably wants to like play. So would Cam Newton go there though?
He won't. I don't think he would.
I think
he's fine on the street until he gets a spot.
One interesting place I did thought of for Cam Newton would be Washington.
That's what I would think. I think Fitz is better than him, though.
I mean, I would say Fitz is better. I would say overall right now Fitz is better, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Newton decides to go there. I mean, he's hooking up with his own head coach,
That's
Ron
true.
Rivera. I mean, for all we know, Fitz magic could turn to Fitz tragic, and Cam could get his opportunity. So I think Washington could be an interesting landing spot.
That's definitely a potential spot.
Yeah, I mean, so I was rookie quarterbacks. So I mean, Zach Wilson's starting week 1, right? I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is starting week 1. Mac Jones is starting week 1. Is Justin Fields starting week 1 for Chicago?
He will not be starting.
Yeah. I thought so because the Bears have Nick Foles, so I definitely think like the Bears are going to want to trot Nick Foles out there at least at first.
Nick Foles isn't starting either. It's Andy Dalton.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I was about to say, you definitely heard these stories.
I heard that story. Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
If you guys, I mean, we're not going to, unfortunately, since we're always all the time, we're not going to do an entire discussion on this, but long story short, if you guys want to know why the Bears are in the situation that they are, this is like that are the reason why. This is like starring Andy Dalton, like, are the reasons why.
I honestly don't have a big problem with it.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, but starting him over both Foles and Fields, that's a little fishy in my opinion. I mean, last up, I mean, Trey Lance, I'm pretty sure it's a starting week 1 for the Niners, is he?
No.
Yeah, Trey Lance, I said for of the quarterbacks, I think Trey Lance is going to need the most grooming.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he's going to need like the most grooming. I mean, will I be surprised if we see him this year? I wouldn't be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him later on down the road, but I do think like of the 5 quarterbacks, I think he'll be the last one to be a starter.
I agree with that, but I don't know if that's. I think it's necessary. I think more of it's about he's behind the best quarterback, and it's not close.
Yeah, you make a great point. They make a great point. Yeah, too.
He's in the best situation by far. It is not close.
Yeah, he's in the best situation.
Because statistically speaking, at least 2 of these guys will bust. And it's I hate thinking like that, but like when I do think like that, I don't see how that is Trey Lance because he made perfect situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think you say for statistically speaking, at least 3 of these guys should bust. When I look at all 5 of these quarterbacks, it's hard to imagine 2 or 3 of them busting.
Yeah,
I said for how much I like this quarterback class. It's hard to imagine, like. I mean, but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how this quarterback class turns out. I'm so excited to watch all these kids like this season. Yeah. I can't wait to see also what Gridiron Heights has in store because you know how like they always bring in like the rookie quarterbacks with the young kids voice. I cannot wait to see what kind of content Gridiron Heights produces.
I didn't even thought about that yet. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. That's
I mean, yeah. Before we get to our best, I do want to bring up these 2 stories here, guys. I don't know if you heard. I am a very happy Nets fan right now. We just landed the Nets just landed Paul Millsap, and as of right now, I don't know if you guys heard that LaMarcus Aldridge is coming out of retirement. He has been cleared by doctors. Like we all know, like earlier, like in the season, like he signed with the Nets, then he had to retire due to like a heart scare or something. But now he wants to come back, and he has been cleared by doctors to play. And as of right now, the Nets are like the favorites to sign him. So you added both Paul Millsap and LaMarcus Aldridge to this loaded roster. I mean, as a Nets fan, and it's just like, I mean, I just gotta applaud Sean Marks because even with like with him like being like in this cap situation, like obviously with Harden, Kyrie, and KD all on the books, he's still finding ways to make this team better. Like he adds like what was it, a 5-time All-Star in Paul Millsap, and you also like could be getting like LaMarcus Aldridge back, which would be like immediately like fills in like their center position that they need. Like, I mean, I am so grateful right now to have like it like that, knowing that my team has the best and smartest front office in the NBA. Chris, I don't know if anyone can disagree with that statement.
Hot take. I think Millsap helps, but I still think it's a major hole at center, and I think that has to be addressed before they win the championship.
Yeah,
they
let LaMarcus Aldridge though, that's really like a big step in filling that hole. Because if you land LaMarcus Aldridge, he instantly becomes your starting center.
But that's a very weak starting center, in my opinion.
I don't really know if you watch like LaMarcus Aldridge play at the next season, he was pretty solid.
No, he was. They need someone defensively.
I mean, obviously he's not like Anthony Davis level or anything. He's not that good, but he's still like a pretty. Even at this point in his career, he's still a pretty solid like starting center.
I agree with that. They need interior defense. Hopefully Claxton can take another step.
Yeah, and even then, you still have Claxton, who was like
Claxton. I think Claxton is capable of making another jump too, which would be big.
Yeah, I still think Claxton like has the potential to kind of like
I love Claxton.
4-time All-Star Paul Millsap is, by the way. He's a 4-time All-Star, so you add him and that adds a lot of depth at the 4 spot. So, I mean, I'm just happy to be a Nets fan right now. That's all. I mean,
because they'll continue to make moves and tinker with the roster.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, we're still looking forward to. Obviously, we're gonna talk more about this when NBA East approaches. But guys, we are really low on time here, so we gotta jump straight into our bets of the episode. So I'm gonna quickly recap last episode. Then we're all just gonna give our bet. So to recap last episode, I had the Dodgers over the Mets on the spread. The Dodgers did beat the Mets, but they couldn't cover the 1.5 spread, so I took an L. Alex, my friend, your 3-bet winning streak unfortunately came to an end. You had the Rays over the White Sox. White Sox beat the Rays, so your winning streak comes to an end. I mean, Chris had the White Sox over the Rays on the money line, 7.94 points. I mean, obviously Chris and Alex went head to head, so Chris obviously came out on top.
Good try, Alex.
All right. This reminds me of that Simpsons meme. At least you tried. That's like the perfect situation. I mean, Marcellus had the Dodgers over the Mets, except Marcellus had them on the money line, so Marcellus takes a dub there. And Michael, you had the Yankees over the Twins, and you took a dub. So to give you the standings, I mean,
hold up. And outside DJ LeMahieu getting a hit, 1 hit. I had a 2-game parlay.
Did you?
Remember? Yeah.
Oh damn! I forgot to mark that down. My apologies, Michael.
Screwed me over.
All right. If you want, I'll go back and if I'll have to look to see if DJ Mayu did get a hit that
he did that game.
He did. So you know what? How about this, Michael? We'll add 3 points to your total.
That's all I wanted, bro.
All right, so we'll add. So to make up for that, we will add 3 points. Starting for episode 38, we'll give you a compensation and we'll add you 3 points.
Done.
Okay. Something I want to say is Chris remains in first place, 20-17 record, 195.13 points. Michael's in second place, 20-17 record, 181 points flat. I am in third place, 17-20 record, 180.04 points. Marcellus is in fourth place, 20-16 record, 134.90 points. And Alex, my friend, remains in last place, 13-24 record, 86.96 points. So we're gonna go through our bets really quickly here. I'm I'm honestly like I've been thinking about my bet, and I'm thinking, do I want to go college football? Do I want to go? It's obviously the first week of college football. Do I want to go there? Do I want to stick with baseball? And I'm ultimately gonna make a decision right here. I am going to they're at home and they're playing a team I hate. I'm gonna take the Padres over the Astros on the money line. Obviously, the Astros have had a great season, and the Padres have been struggling. You see with Tatis injured, but you know what? They're at home. You know what? So I'm gonna ultimately see if I can take the home field advantage there and see if the Padres can squeeze out a dub against the hated Houston Astros. So that's what I bet. All right, we do have Marcellus's bet. Michael, you have Marcellus's bet?
Yeah, Yankees 1.5.
Yankees on the spread?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about that bet too. I was thinking about that one.
Like it. Who did the Yankees play?
Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They should.
All right. Alex, you want to go next?
Yeah. I am going to pick Alabama spread.
Alabama on the spread. Gotcha. Yeah. Who's Alabama playing?
They are playing Miami.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I think they cover. They usually cover these week one games. They're kind of tough, but not really.
Oh, Mike, and guess where the game is?
Where?
Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta.
I was just there. That's
oh, wow. All right, Mr. Ringleader, you're up.
Okay, boys. Hold up. I'm gonna say.
No,
like my good
I said Mr. Ringleader.
I mean, if you want
Michael,
me to,
you are
you are not the
place.
ringleader, Mike. You're not.
Disrespect the ringleader.
I mean, Mike, if you want me to go last, I certainly will, brother.
No, you go ahead.
You've always been last. All right, so first week of college football, I got to go with college football, and we got the game of the week, Clemson versus Georgia. Going to be a fantastic matchup. In my opinion, it's a must-win for the Georgia Bulldogs if they want to make the playoffs. So they're going to be locked in. It's the biggest game of the college football regular season with playoff implications, and it's week one.
You going with Chris?
Epic. And so my pick will be, I got a hat on, you probably can't see it. I'm going to go with the Clemson Tigers on the money line to cover and get the dub.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be an excellent match. I mean, that's good. I mean, you talk about starting off the college football season with a bang. I mean, that's going to be an excellent matchup right off the bat.
You said LSU versus Clemson?
Georgia versus Clemson.
Oh.
All right. Michael, last up. Go ahead.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do since it's college game day and I consider myself Lee Corso. Alex, you've been doing this for a long time, right? Sweetheart, we've been doing this for a long time. Because Alex is the Kurt to my Lee Corso. Alex, you're my Kurt to my Lee. So, we're doing this for what? How long we been doing this, Alex? Last time I picked college football, I didn't do so well. So, hold up. I want to hear that song. Sweet Home Alabama. I'm going with University of Alabama on the spread. Now, Sweet Home Alabama.
Alabama.
Oh, man.
So boring.
Michael, you just bet the same bet as Alex.
Yeah, this is business. I hate
Michael. I too
Miami.
like to live dangerously.
Go Miami.
Hold up. First of all, this is strictly business. Everybody knows me. I hate Roll Tide. So this is just business.
I'm not saying that against you. I'm just saying that considering Alex's track record when it comes to betting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But here's the thing, though. It's Alabama. Alabama doesn't lose. So.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Alex, if Alabama loses, I'm fighting. We fighting.
Oh, okay. So that's all for our best this week. Before we close this episode off,
Hold on,
we do want to say like we do have like kind of like a bittersweet news is that David Heller like has informed us that
I was supposed to say
that
it.
like obviously like he's been a big part of our show, but David Heller has informed us that he will not be like joining us from anywhere else. So at least like as a full-time host. So I mean,
So David, if you're watching this, man, thank you for being on the show.
yeah. So we we just want to make it clear that this was not our decision. We did not kick David off the podcast or anything. This was his decision, and
He told us straight up.
he told us straight, and you know what? We respect his decision.
So David, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it was great to have him. It was obviously David. If you're listening, it was great having you on, and again, you're welcome back on anytime.
All right, to our viewers, we're not replacing David. It's going to be the 5 of us.
Yeah, so
David's still going to be 6.
Okay,
we're
so
not replacing.
we are not at this moment looking for a replacement.
So John Verratti, you're not hired.
Michael, don't do our boy John like that.
Taking shots.
John, you're not hired.
That's
if you're watching this, you're not hired. Thank you.
Michael, shame on you, my friend.
Hey, I keep it real.
Again, like if you guys,
okay, so
that's all for this episode. I mean, great to be back from summer vacation, you know, and I can't wait to be pumping out more. We can't wait to be pumping out more episodes for you guys. I mean, it's fun time to be a sports fan. I said before when we first started this podcast. I mean, Chris, I mean, Michael, Alex, I was always saying like, I can't wait till football season. I can't wait until football season. I can't wait until like the fall when you have football going back. And MLB playoffs like are on the line. I could not wait to do this podcast during these times, and you know what? Those times are right on the corner. So it is so exciting. It is exciting times for the podcast. And I'm so excited to be putting out more episodes with you guys.
Same, my brothers. It's been much love. It's been real with Jack Cat.
All right. So that's it. This has been episode 38 of the Get It Going podcast. It's yours truly, and with Michael Cunningham, Alex Reach, and Chris Skewer. If you like what you heard, leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment, review, and a feature in a future episode, my friends. Don't assume reduces its fancy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay ripped.
And we're out.